Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. I just did an audition. This is why I look this way. It's very rare that you'll see me dressed up. But, anyways, if you're watching on video, of course. So, today I wanted to talk about a trap that I see people fall into that when I sort of explain how to detour it, it's going to save you a lot of grief, a lot of time wasted, and a lot of detours, like I said. So I've been talking about how to find an acting agent a lot lately, and every time I say it, I kept remembering that there are a lot of agencies out there that are not specifically focused on actors. There's tons of like modeling agency that call themselves agencies, but from my experience, they pretty much only send people to commercial auditions. So that's like modeling agencies. They'll do see-throughs or go-sees. Um, lots of auditions for commercials. Okay, and I think that some of them, even though they might tell you, yeah, I'll get you auditions to be an actor, a lot of them don't have that access and they only send you to auditions for commercials, which is okay if that's what you want to do. And there's a lot of agencies as well who only focus on extra work. Okay. So that's like background work, which is totally okay too, because for some people, that's exactly what they want. It's easy. Meaning easy as in it doesn't require a lot of like, there's not a lot of pressure on you. You just kind of have to be there. The days are long and you are treated very differently from the actors on set. But for some people, that's perfect. If that's like a side gig that you have, it would be an amazing side gig to have, honestly, to be on set. So if you really want to focus on being an actor in series and films, like really getting roles, not just like background work or commercial work, this is what I would tell you to do is that I would tell you to look for agents that specifically focus on acting work. Okay. Some of them won't even touch commercials and some of them won't even touch um, extra work or background work. Okay. So there are specific agencies that are focused on that. So my tip for you would be to, when you go and meet with the agencies, once you reach out to them and meet them, I would ask them, obviously, because some people are so excited that they've got a response from an agency and they appear to be like, wow, they have so many clients and they get them booked, but it might not be what you want. And in the beginning of my journey, I made sure that I wasn't seen as a commercial actor or even a one-line actor. So my agent and I had the strategy of really only sending me for roles that had more than one line, because there's a lot of like one-liner roles out there, but you do have to start somewhere. Okay. So I'm not saying like not to do that, but you can decide that you're not gonna just be an extra. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to go from extra to actor, because anything's possible, right? This is the mindset that we want to have, is that anything is possible and nothing is set in stone, and there's always a way around it, and there's always unexpected outcomes for how things unfold, right? But you do have to position yourself so that you skip ahead, let's say, instead of being stuck in a certain place. Like, unfortunately, a lot of times when you start as an extra, thinking that you'll kind of work your way up, it doesn't really work that way. You kind of have to start off at a different standard. So you gotta raise your standard, and say, I'm an actor. I'm not a background actor. I am someone who gets roles, right? Or I don't audition for commercials. Um, I'm not saying not to do that, because money's great and they're pretty easy. But if you really want to aim for your vision of being a professional actor who has roles and you're developing these characters, I would really look for an agency who focuses on just that. Okay. Not models and influencers and brand deals and things like that, because those types of agencies usually only send you to commercials. Okay. So they're like very physical focus, like model focus, like a look. We're trying to go acting, like a character, right? So that's my tip for today. I just want you to, when you're searching for your agencies, to really make sure that they focus solely on actors, okay? Because that's going to make a huge difference in like the trajectory that you take, because you might start to book a lot of auditions for start to book a lot of commercials, which is great. You can make some great money with that. But it might kind of pinpoint you or pigeonhole you into a specific type of person who is a background actor or a commercial actor. Um, and this is not like a hierarchy thing. I really want to make sure that that's not the vibe that I'm putting off. It's just like, for example, for me, from my personal experience, my agent made sure she wouldn't send me to really small roles. We kind of went straight up right away. Like, you know, she started to apply me for guest stars and it depends where you are and how the roles are categorized, but um, you know, an actor role, wait, what's the word for it? Um, people call it one-liners, but it's not. There's another word for it. It's different types of, like, you know, you have like actor, and then you have um I'm probably skipping some, but you go to like guest star, and then you have like series regular. Like these are all different levels of acting in TV shows. So you have an actor role usually has like a couple lines, a few lines, and then a day player is like a person who has just one day, usually does like one scene or something like that. But there's different terms for it in different places. And so even in French and English here, like it doesn't mean the same thing when you say like a lead role is a premier rôle in French Canadian film industry, but it's also, it doesn't mean that you'll be in every episode. Like it doesn't mean you're a series regular, but in English it does mean that. So anyways, blah blah blah, these are just details. What I wanted to specifically add here is, when you're searching for your agencies, make sure they're legitimate acting agencies. And if you don't know exactly how to make sure an agency is legit, like a real agency that will get you real auditions for real TV shows, I can help you do that for free. It's I created a checklist, a getting an acting agent checklist. It's a step-by-step guide, okay, to find a legit acting agent. I'll show you exactly how to do it, and to filter out all the ones that aren't that. And then yeah, so you can really like skip ahead and like filter out all the things that are just not that, because there's a lot of like scammers out there and like people who say they are agents who are not. um and there's a specific way to do that to make sure that they are legitimate. So if you want my free checklist, getting an acting checklist, it's in the show notes below, or in the description. It's free. You get it right away. And you could really like, I tell you like everything. I go in detail into exactly how to not only prepare, like make your acting package that I call, and then find the agencies in your area and then reach out to them. So if you want the checklist, it's below. And yeah, and it'll answer the question about like what this episode's subject is, which is like, how do I make sure that they are a legitimate agency who will get me real acting work, um, and not just like background work, right? And so I can become the professional actor that I really want to be. So not to say that you won't if you follow a different path, right? But you can skip ahead and you can make sure that you do it properly. So check it out, and you got this, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye bye.